Underway here with the Fairview IT Management Cup Series here at Lanes Raceway. You guys know it as the Bloodbath. Last week, actually, a pretty good race here. We see all of our racers here, totaling today 13 total racers. It might be the main event come next week. Looks like we're missing a car there on Black Lane. As you can see right above the strike screen here, something a little bit new for you guys, so you know exactly who's going to receive a strike. When they put that on the camera, all we got to do is know that they're going to get a strike when a wreck happens. 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out. Also, something new for this week, we got a most wanted racer here. Last week's winner, Glenn Burden, he's most wanted. He's there on Green Lane. If he can stay out in the lead again this week, Glenn Burden's going to get something quite special from Lanes Raceway. But all those that beat Glenn this week, they're going to get something. So, you know, he's on the edge here. Not saying that he's got a target on his back, but I'm not saying at the same breath that he doesn't have a target on his back. But we'll see if he has what it takes to survive the bloodbath that is Fairview IT Management's Cup Series here at Lanes Raceway. Racers, are y'all ready? Watch your lights. You already know the deal here at Lanes Raceway. 3 strikes, you're out, no communities. Don't come off. Keep the cars on, race clean. All right, looks like we already got 1 strike here for Purple Lane. Checking to see if his braids and stuff are too high or out of the way or something like that. Nathaniel Burton, of course, there at the end of the track checking that out as he gets him seated back on there. All right, we're ready to go. And we're underway. Gerald's car now taking off. In the lead, Randy Kirtley there on red lanes. We get a high hit there in the high side coming back in. Going to count as a strike here. And that's going to be a strike for Green. Glenn Burden changing his livery to a Lightning McQueen to chow, as he says, as he gets caught up with 3 other individuals here. Looks like we got a couple cars caught up in the bodywork there. So that's definitely going to be a strike for blue, yellow, green, second strike, and a strike for red. Three cars coming into contact with each other. Black just getting a little too much of a coast and causing him to come out there in the high banks. That's Robert LaFoon. New to this, Zach, he's got his new car there, the Blaney car, Dutch boy. I think the yellow and green car there is out too on blue. So that's going to be a strike for black. A strike for orange. And a strike for blue. Blue second. Right now, blue and green with 2 strikes. Everybody else other than white of Brian Vender has 1 strike. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go, folks. Minute and 39 seconds into this heat, and we got a scorcher going around here. Oh, we got 2 cars high side, 1 car collecting there in the upper portion of the track there. Whole front end of the body caved in on that one. That's going to be a strike for white, their first, and a strike for blue, their third. That's a third strike for blue. So blue's going to set out the remainder here. They'll be back in after 1 minute and 32 seconds. Hey Jay, can you put that, you can put it underneath the track so they get a little bit of sound or something. So we get another yellow flag here, 1:21. This is starting to live up to the usual bloodbath we know as Fairview IT. That's 2 strikes for black right now, 2 strikes for purple, and 2 strikes for orange. So as it states right now, red, white, 1 strike, green, orange, 2 strikes, yellow, 1 strike, purple, black, 2 strikes, and blue, of course, striked out for this heat. 30 seconds for these racers before we go back. If you like what you see here at Lanes Raceway, there's still plenty of time to join our summer series here at Lanes Raceway. It's my wife. She helps me out tremendously here. We have quite a lot of things going on as the Lanes Raceway group here in Livermore. We're fixing to move into a new place, so we've been working hard on that for about the past 3 or 4 weeks. It's been pretty rough, especially for me and that little lady back there. But nonetheless, if you're interested in joining one of these series, come on down now. We've had quite a few new people come just the past week, interested in getting stuff like that started. So join up, join these guys. Quite a few of these guys, this is their first series. You definitely don't have to be the best in the world to get involved here. So get on in, get involved in a series, and we also have a rookie series coming up after this. It'll be on the oval while we watch the Group 12 cars on the orange track. All right, looks like the racers, there we go, 30 seconds. We got it called. Jaybird there helping fellow racer Zach there with his car. So I think they're, being Zach's new to this, I think they're giving them a little extra time here, folks. We're not pressed for time anyway. Mostly everybody here is adults other than Gunner and Jackson, and they're out of school, so it really doesn't matter really what time we get home tonight. All right, looks like we're ready to go, guys.
Ready.
4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Right now, Robert Laffoon currently in the lead, dropping from the lead now with 1.567 is his best lap. That's a scorcher, folks. He's back in the lead now against Randy Kirtley there in first place. 30 laps is the lead. Glenn Burden there in third, our previous winner from last week, holding off that third position here. He's in the fight for sure with the number 3 Dale Earnhardt car. He was a force to be reckoned with last week, of course. 1.609 on green. He's right there with Randy Kirtley's run there. And that's 2 for yellow. So now everybody but white and red have 2 strikes. Down low, Robert Laffoon going to try to make a pass here. So get a study here. And we're going to see Glenn Burden here with a strike. That's going to be his third. So he'll be setting out with the likes of Bronny here.
Get ready.
seconds left to go. As we get 2 or 3 more collected up here. If it goes to show any indication of how this race night's going to go, wrecking out ain't going to mean much, it looks like, as several people are wrecking. That's going to be red's second strike. Yellow, third strike. So Cole will be setting out the rest of this heat. They're dropping like flies, folks. That's 3 of them out in the first heat. Everybody except for White has 2 strikes. This is a race of attrition for sure, to say the very least. You see Robert LaFoon now taking the lead by 1 lap to Randy Kirtley. Starting to get some rhythm going here. Gerald Whitaker moving up a position on Cole. And that is a red flag rotation. All those that came out before can now put their cars back to the start-finish line. What a brutal one. Like says, what a tough heat. Heading over to the track mate, we can see Robert LaFoon out in the lead 70 laps. Randy Kirtley also with 70 laps. That's from top to bottom. Randy Kirtley's car really flying to be able to match that of what is on Black Lane. Brian Vender there in third position, also a force to be reckoned with in this class. He's been hauling the mail here lately in the NASCAR class. Keeping his car on and keep it seated up is going to be a telltale sign whether or not he's going to bring home a victory today. Zach there, newcomer in the race here. 63 total laps there, currently in 4th position. And Gerald Whitaker in 5th position with 48. We're going to see Jay Latham come in. Jackson Daugherty will come in next after Jay. But right now, we're going to take you over to the oval and let you watch these guys work. We'll be back with you in about 1 minute and 40 seconds.
Starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds.
All right, here we go, folks. 4 red lights are going to drop out to green. We're going racing. 2 to keep your eye on. Currently, Randy and Robert LaFoon right now tied up at the top. Let's get our first yellow flag here. Let's see who's going to get the first strike. It's going to be on orange lane. Going to take a strike. And looks like red lane also going to take a strike. outside. It looks like 2 cars involved in the incident here. And Randy Kirtley up in the wall in the high banks. Looks like red, white, and green. Red, white, green, and orange right now with strikes. Everybody else is clean and clear and under control. Jay Latham back in the mix. He's back on this red lane. We're hoping to see some good things from him this week. Last week you seen him wreck hard in the first race. And, I mean, it was just the first lap. We knew it was going to be brutal, but that one lap really hurt him as he took off from the high banks and it got smoked right there to the side of the wall and landed on the concrete. From that point forward, his car wasn't performing like it was in the preliminary the week before. But we can see his car now holding neck and neck with the yellow car of Robert Bethune. And what a beautiful coast Jay had there off red lane. Minute and 5 seconds left to go in the heat, and we're starting to see some more cars come off. So Jay Latham's going to get his car pushed back a little bit so he can get that lap. It's such a good coast, it almost got him a lap, really. So green's going to get a strike here. And black lane. So that's 2 for green, 2 for red. Everybody that has a strike, other than them 2, have 1 strike. Blue, yellow, and purple, of course, with no strikes. Passes on the inside, but it looks like we had a car all the way from the high side riding on black coming off in Dead Man's Corner. It dodged several cars though, so that's pretty good. Red lane's going to receive a strike. That's going to be their 3rd strike. So Jay Latham now going to come off for the remainder of the heat, 50 seconds. See if he can take a look at that car and maybe figure something out. He got caught early on in 2 wrecks coming into Dead Man's Corner. And that 3rd one there, his car just got unseated a little bit, came off the backstretch. The first series running of the Fairview IT Cup Series, him and Gabriel Kirtley were neck and neck for the points leads. And ever since then, he's been trying to get back up on that mountain, trying to haul back up there. Of course, if you were a part of the first Fairview IT Management Cup Series, you talk about a brutal bloodbath. It was every lap. People were breaking guide flags, throwing wires, tires were coming off, and we might actually see some more of that as we progress through this series. Now, of course, this will be our 2nd of 8 total races, and we're only counting 4, so plenty of time to get in and get your 4 races. But each race that goes by is less opportunity to run the best race that you can possibly run. Let's get to another high side wreck here. We're going to see a strike there on orange. Their 2nd.
Get ready.
And it looks like we're going to be in a lane rotation here. We end it there. We're going to clear the strikes here. Get ready for the next heat. Take a look here at the track mate. Randy Kirtley currently in the lead, 71 laps, followed by Robert Bethune with 70 on average. And Zach in 3rd position, 65.5. Robert, Zach, and Cole, all 3 veteran RC racers. Their local track, of course, shutting down for the summertime, so they're coming to get in a little bit of slot car action during the summer, which is very beneficial for us, as slot cars tend to kind of drop off a little bit in the summer. But, you know, we've been really blessed. I like to thank the Lord for that we've been blessed to have so many guys come and support us here during the summertime. And I can't say that we've actually had a real slow summer. we've always had enough people to get by, and that's always a blessing, especially for the racers. So hopefully that trend continues. We don't have any hard times in the summer, as we like to progress through to make Lanes Raceway a little bit bigger and be a pretty good summer destination. I know the next place that we go to, we're going to have 2 big, humongous air conditioners, and that place is insulated already good as it is. As I've been working on the inside, me and Jackson Darty, a special thanks to him for coming and helping us work on the roof down there, trying to get it sealed up. I think we've decided we're going to move along and get some professionals to do the roof, as it's quite a bit of work. But me and him also did some electrical and stuff like that the past couple days, and I'll tell you what, he's a pretty good worker, and we appreciate Jackson Gold Dust here at Lanes Raceway. But nonetheless, we get down there, it's going to be super insulated. In a dead heat, 100-degree day when we were in there, I guess it was Wednesday last week, indoors it was like 85, so it was 20-degree different. We didn't even have air conditioner on in there, so it was comfortable with the lights off and doing a little bit of electrical work. I can only imagine how it's going to be when we crank that air conditioner up in there. I told him, I said, we might have to open a meat business and start hanging some meat back there, because I feel that's what's going to happen in the summers progressing from this point forward, because we won't be at this location come next summer. We'll be at our new location, a bigger place. We're actually going to have some RC stuff going on up there. 1 RC, 1/18 scale RC track indoors, so you don't ever get rained out. And, we also have that quarter-mile drag strip. A lot of people's been waiting to run on it, built by the famous Giannis. And we also got Giannis's Aton track there for the 2023, as you guys know. We're excited about that. And I go in there and I see it. I just can't wait to get on there and start racing. And I know a lot of guys are ready to try some flat track racing out here in the Kentucky area. So 4 red lights dropping out to green, enough of me rambling. Back to the races. We get a hard hit to the high banks. 2 people involved in that incident, as we see 1 or 2 cars go to the high side there. Hard hit. Jay Latham reaching to grab a car. I didn't even see it. All right, so that's going to be a strike on yellow and a strike on purple.
Ready.
Glenn Burden back in the mix, now 3rd position, 122 total laps, and he's flying, folks. He might have a bend here or something in the nose, maybe. Braid's a little high. So that'll be his 2nd strike, so he's going to have to kind of hold off a little bit for the rest of the heat. It looked like his car just went straight right there, folks. I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but that car just looked like it went straight into the wall. That'll be 3 for purple. And White Lane's getting a strike here. That'll be Cole. And a strike for orange. His body seems to be up off the track there a little bit. Randy Kirtley in the lead. Robert Laffoon behind him just a few laps. Cole in third position, 143. Gerald Whitaker there, 131 behind him, and Glenn Burton, 126. Having some issues there with his car. He's got another car coming off. White Lane going to take a strike. That'll be their second strike there for Cole. Jackson Darty neck and neck. One of the Earnhardt brothers from last week. Him and Glenn Burton both neck and neck, side by side, all race last week. He's back in on the red lane. We'll see how well he does with his number 3 here. We see a car to the outside there. Looks to be maybe that number 3. Two of them getting involved in an incident here. So that's going to be a strike for black. And a strike for red. Both their first strikes. Car to the outside here. We'll see who it is. And that's going to be on White Lane. That'll be their third strike. White's third strike. As the heat progresses here at Lanes Raceway, all the way up into the end of fall to the 4 crowns. Will there be anybody that can survive the debacle that is Lanes Raceway? Well, we're going to keep turning the heat up. And I think as we turn it up, we're going to have some refined racers here. And the strong will show themselves to be true. 100% bad to the bone racers here at Lanes Raceway. Car coming off black, going right back in on black. That was Bronny. That was pretty interesting to see down there on Dead Man's Corner. Cool to see. Nonetheless, as you guys know, here in the strike system, we've done lost the communities. We're down to 3 strikes now. What will come next series? Still anybody's guess. You know, we brought back the points leader here that we had in the very first series now with Glenn Burton, of course, being that points leader here in this class. We'll have to take a look at the points and see who's the points leader for the Group 12, but that's going to be the big one. Whoever's the point leader for the Group 12, they're really going to have to watch their back here as the heat progresses in this summer of Lanes Raceway in Kentucky. Robert Laffoon here, 210 total laps in second position. We got a tie, 3-way tie for third position. Bronny, Cole, and Gerald, 164 total laps. Randy Kirtley, 219 in first. We got Zach Newcomer there, 131. He's sitting out right now, doing his biding his time. Glenn Burton, of course, having 2 heats rough, not in general form with Glenn Burton's car. His car has been a smoke show in the preliminary. Him and Jay battling it out. The first race last week, him and Jackson battling it out as the 3 brothers. And, of course, this week having some rough luck. Could it be the sticker? It could be. But also, when you're holding a pink sticker that can get you a really big prize, that could also play with your brain. The heat increases. It increases the nerves. Minute and 30 seconds. Watch these guys race. We'll be right back with you.
The race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. Get ready.
All right, folks, here we are. Starting another heat in the bloodbath here, 4 of 13. And we're already into our first wreck here. And that is going to be Jay Latham on blue lane taking a strike, his first. And it looks like White's going to get a strike here too. Their first. Robert LaFoon right there hanging on to that second position. Randy Kirtley about 10 laps down from Randy. Ronnie there in third position trying to bout his way up to that second position. And Gerald Wicker keeping his car on. He's in the battle for third position this week. Gerald's best running. Every week Gerald comes out, he's been doing about 50 laps better than the previous week. And here he is right now keeping his car on. Maybe even be a runner for the podium this week. Purple going to take a strike here. That's Randy Kirtley's first for the heat. As we see 4 red lights drop out to green. Jackson brought me his car during the break to see if it was bent. He wrecked a small wreck in the previous heat. It was fine. It didn't have anything issues with it. I think he's just letting those nerves get to him as the heat increases here at Lanes Raceway. Some of these racers get a little nervous from time to time. Now Jackson's already currently on green lane, and as you can see him trying to make a pass here on the low side of yellow. Coming up on his high side there, White lifting there, Robert LaFoon allowing him to go by. But Randy Kirtley is the top of the town in that ice blue, also known as the Cross King. Randy Kirtley down low, just running laps on that purple lane. Right above him on yellow is Briney. He's going to make the pass on Briney. He does so cleanly, and Randy Kirtley not known for being a radical wrecking style race driver here at Lanes Raceway. Nice and clean runs is what he likes to do. Glenn Burden now back in the mix on black lane, turning impressive times to 1.424. That car is the fastest one out there right now with a median of 1.48. Suffering a little bit of trouble early on in the race. He's now back in the mix, and he's trying to make a climb back up to that podium. So if he gets into the podium, I mean, we're going to have him something good either way, as he suffered a lot of wrecks here early on with that pink sticker. Somebody else is going to have that burden possibly next week, depending on how the rest of these racers roll. They could end up wrecking out here very soon also and give Glenn a chance to go from 5th position to 1st. Right now, Glenn is approximately 80 or so laps behind, but there's still hope. Strike there for red lane, going to be their first strike. That's Gunnar Bender. He's no stranger to the oval track. Gunnar Bender has won our rookie class last season. Of course, he's not eligible to win it again, but he did win him a big, nice slot car box built by Jay Latham. And its price was around $450 for that box. So we don't give away slouch prices here, or prizes here at Lanes Raceway. We give away the good stuff. And on top of that, 4 crowns is the big giveaway. So keep your eyes out for the 4 crowns. That's the main event here at Lanes Raceway every year. And each year it gets bigger and bigger. So that's going to be a strike for orange and green. Their first strike. Only people not to receive strikes so far, yellow and black. That'll be Briney and Glenn Burden. Glenn Burden's got his eyes faced on the prize. He's ready to come back as we end the current heat here. Randy Kirtley on top, running 297 total laps so far. Robert LaFoon in second, 277, 237, and Briney round up your top 3. We clear the strikes here. We'll be right back with you.
starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds.
Ain't room for two of us up there.
Race starts in 5 seconds. Get ready. Yellow flag.
Wait, oh, Jackson, how you doing today? Jack. I ain't take that one. Here I started out on 298 laps.
Ready.
Orange purple.
All right, he got away from me there, folks. Orange and purple, we're going to get a strike. Let me go ahead and get that. Scott there, y'all missed it because I had to put those strikes on. He actually did a one-hand put his car back on, so he won't receive a strike there. But looks like he's going to receive one here, though. Him and Jay Latham both going to receive strikes here. That's going to be another one on purple and one for Scott. I let the guys know anytime on the backstretch, if they got a chance to get their car back on without hitting the button, do it. It'll save them a strike. And very few actually try to do it. So most of them just hit the button. They get that mannerism down to hit that button really quick because they don't want to lose any time. Randy Kirtley out in the lead right now, 1.447. Glenn Burden on yellow with a 1.497. That baby is still humming. As we see the car go to the wall here. Jay Latham, 1.528 down on purple. A little better than last week. That's going to be a strike there on white. Gerald Whitaker currently in third position, doing a whole lot better than he did in the previous week. Gerald just keeps advancing as he keeps racing. You can see him getting quicker and quicker behind the trigger too. It's good to see. As we see two more people get involved in the wreck at the exit of Dead Man's Corner. That's going to be Jay Latham on purple, receiving his third strike. And Jackson Darty on blue, receiving his first.
Ready.
Another car high to the outside as they chain react against each other, causing a couple of them to come off in the high box. Still about half the heat left to go here. Randy Kirtley still your leader, 333 total laps. Coming up after the Blood Bowl that is Fairview IT Management Cup, we got our mini truck series this evening as the main event, but coming up next will be Group 12 on the orange. Orange and white taking strikes here. That's second for white, second for orange. You see Scott actually putting his car on red there to save from a strike. We see a hard hit from Gunnar Bender, taking one to the wall. That's going to be his first strike on green. See Nathaniel Burden there trying to snap a body back together for Scott. Glenn Burden now taking third position. He fights on that yellow lane to get what laps he can here. Just goes to show you the true heart of a racer here. Getting wrecked out of 2 heats here, and he's back on podium right now. 51 seconds left to go. Car hit to the high outside. That's going to be a second strike for Jackson Darty. Four red lights dropping out to green. Most everybody has 2 strikes. Green 1 strike. Yellow and black no strikes. And red 1 strike. Good flow here, good racing. Down low, Randy Kirkland trying his best to get as many laps as he can on black lane. As we get a wreck in the crook of the track here, that's going to be White lane. That's going to be White's 3rd strike. Gerald Whitaker will be setting out for the remainder of the heat.
Get ready.
So Jay Latham and Jay fell victim to round robin 5 of 13 so far. Oh, and a hard hit to the high side down low to the crook of the track here. We got Brian Bender. Looks like he's going to reach out there. Or Nathaniel Burton 1. That's going to be a strike for Gunner. Was he, hey, Brian, was he out? Was he out? Gunner. Okay. So a strike on yellow. His first. 13 seconds left to go in the heat. And Briney now in 2nd position there on orange lane. He's giving it everything he's got.
Heat over.
So we got a red flag here. We'll go ahead and go to the strikes and clear those out for next heat. Take a look here at the track mate. And we see Randy Kirtley putting up a boisterous 84 laps on black. That is the laps to beat this race weekend. 381 total laps so far with an average of 76.2. He's got that car back under control. We'll see how well he does on white lane. Usually that's the one that costs him with that car. Briney there, 307 total laps there in 2nd position right now, 61.4 on average. Glenn Burden there in 3rd position, 57.2, increasing that average substantially in that last heat. As on black lane, he was able to turn 80 total laps. So Robert LaFoon there, 277 total laps, 69.2. He's in the mix also, along with Gerald Whitaker coming out there at the end, dropping his average just a little bit, but still doing quite a bit better than the previous week, as he's in the upper 50s and 60s now, where he was previous upper 40s and 50s. Jackson Darty there, 69.7. If he can keep his car from wrecking, we'll see his average increase quite substantially also as we continue on. Minute and 44 seconds left to go here before we go back green racing, and we'll see you here soon.
Race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds.
What I did about the pipe. Yeah.
Race starts in 20 seconds.
No, but I've been there for 20 years, but it's one of them hurry up and wait deals. One thing around the hallway, I think
Race starts in 5 seconds.
All right, here we go. 2 seconds. 4 red lights going to drop out to green. I got me a fresh water. My wife brought it to me. I appreciate that. Randy Kirtley still in the lead. Question was raised. Who's going to get second
Yellow
place?
flag.
And you know, that's a lot of that still left up in the air as we're just right now pretty close to the middle. We're going to see our first strike here on green lane. And that's going to be for Scott and Andy.
Get ready.
But yeah, right now, I mean, as fast as Glenn's car is, if he doesn't have any more wrecks and maybe gets a couple of the guys that are above him currently to wreck out at least once, he's got a chance at it.
Yellow flag.
Jackson Darty, of course, has a chance at it as he's running those faster times also. But it's still a lot of it is speculative currently at this point. All right, don't pick it up. Don't pick on it. T, give me some glue. 1 second, folks. We're red flag condition.
Yes. floor all the time. All right. Game on. Ready.
All right, we're back. Red flag conditions solved. Blue lane was up just a little bit there in Dead Man's Corner from all that rough racing. As we get another car go to the high outside here, and there's one that I believe is riding. So that's going to be a strike on black lane, their first. And Randy Kirtley, our current leader, going to receive a strike there on yellow lane. So got 4 red lights dropping out to green. It's bowling down to be a pretty spicy little Fairview IT Cup series. Speaking of Fairview IT Cup, why don't you give them a call for all your computer needs and problems you may have, viruses and all that other stuff. They also take care of phones, and we got those phones here at Lanes Raceway. Beauty thing about those phones is even when I'm off, I'm available. So you can give me a call at 270-278-1400. Lanes Raceway here. Anytime, day or night, you can call me. And as long as I hear my phone ring, I'll pick it up. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesdays, we're actually off here at Lanes Raceway. But you can still give me a call. And if I'm in the general area and you need some parts or pieces, I will come down here and sell you those parts because I like to make sales. So, but as for having the track open, it's not viable to keep it open Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday that we have noticed when it comes to power. I'm not saying every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday have been bad Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Some of them would surprise you, but for the most part, the electricity costs more than just going ahead and shutting down for those days. So that'll be a strike for green. That's 3 on green for Scott Daniel. He's going to set out the rest of the heat. And it's that kind of stuff like that Glenn Burden's looking for, as he's had to set out a couple heats. But he has clawed his way back to 3rd position here with 315 total laps. And we'll see if he can continue to claw his way to stay in that position and maybe get 2nd position if he's lucky. He's about 18 or 19 laps down from Briney there on White Lane.
Yellow flag.
Got a yellow flag here. And that's going to be Jackson Darty taking a strike on purple, his first. I don't know what's going on with his car currently. Something's going on with it. I guess he lost a pin.
Right there on green, Jay.
So it's pointing somewhere about where Jay's at.
Right, keep going. Right across the track.
And they found his clip, I believe. We see Brian Vender there trying to get his car set back up, get a pin in it. And it looks like he's got it underway as Jackson gets his car seated there on purple. 51 seconds left to go in the heat. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Right now, Scott Daniel, the only one setting out this heat. But there's still a lot of racing left to go, especially down low here. We see Jay Latham there putting an impressive 1.524 up on black lane. Randy Kirtley currently with the best time of 1.490 on yellow. All 3 of these guys running good as Randy Kirtley gets shunted to the wall from purple lane. Jackson Darty. So yellow and red are going to receive strikes here. That's 2nd for yellow, 1st for red. 24 seconds left to go in the heat. Randy's got to dial her back a notch, or risk coming off again. But he's trying to dive on it down there on blue. Makes a pass barely there on Gunnar Binder. So we see a car go to the high outside there, getting involved. Looks like those two came out. It's going to be Jay, Briney. Jay's second, Briney's first. And it looks like orange. That's going to be Glenn Burden, his second. So orange, yellow, black, all with 2 stripes. 10 seconds left to go in the heat. And that's a red flag rotation. Everybody other than Scott made it through. Randy Kirtley Curtin in the lead, 457 total laps, 76.2 on average. 62.5 on average. Briney, 59.8 on average. Glenn Burden there in third position, putting up some impressive 80s out there. Of course, Yellow Lane, he's holding it down there with 80, 78 laps there on blue. So Glenn Burden's fighting his way back to the top. Right behind him is the rival number 3. Glenn Burden using the number 3 American and 4th of July setup. Jackson Darty using the black number 3. Heading over to the strikes, going to clear them out. Take it over to the oval, let you watch them race. We'll be right back with you.
Starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds. Get ready.
All right, folks, here we go. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Hey, T, bring me one of those cards for Tom. 1 minute, 55 seconds. And we got a big, brutal hit. Thank you, sir. First Class Detailing, Tom Payton. Just detailed my golf cart here in Livermore, Kentucky, 600 Depot Street. Give him a call. We call him Tommy T. His Venmo is at the Tommy T. Give him a call, 316-7228 for your detailing needs here in Livermore, Kentucky. All right, that's going to be a strike there for purple. And a strike for white and green.
Ready.
Looks like we got a timeout issue here. Look at the car coming all the way over here to me. It's going to be a strike on yellow and a strike on red. Hard hit in the high banks. So we see 3, 4 or 5 cars in our incident here. So we see blue going to get a strike. Yellow getting a strike. That's their second. Looks like white's getting a strike also here. Their second.
Ready.
Got a hard hit here. See Robert LaFoon bringing the car around. That's going to be a strike on yellow. Their third. That's third strike for yellow.
Get ready.
4 red lights are dropping out to green. Jay Latham going to have to set out the remainder of this heat. The stakes are high and the heat's even higher here at Lanes Raceway. A scorching 95 degrees today. Inside though, not too bad. We got it set at 68, but I think it's more like 73 or so in here. Still not bad compared to going outside. 1 minute, we get a hard hit to the wall. See purple take a strike here. Their second. We're going to see white take their third strike. And we're going to see orange take their first strike.
Ready.
So Glenn Burden, man, in second position currently right now, having another set out time. Things not going his way in the brutal blood bowl that is Fairview IT Cup Series. Oh. Brian gets his car put back on red without taking a strike there. Fumbled it a few times, but he got it happening. Few people take the time to make it happen. Him and Scott so far today have made it happen. And a car coming off the center there. Looks to be Gunnar Bender. Going to take a strike there on purple lane. That's his third. So we see the red lane taking their second strike. .26 seconds left to go in the heat. That was 3 for Gunnar, yes.
Ready.
Yeah, 3 strikes for white, 3 strikes for yellow, 3 strikes for purple, 2 strikes for red, Everybody else other than Black has 1 strike. Black currently having no strikes, keeping that car on. Humming, doing it. 1.485. Jackson Daugherty poised to be the next pink sticker holder if he keeps this up. So we get a red flag rotation. We're going to take a quick look here and do some comparisons between Jackson and Randy Kirtley. Randy Kirtley was able to turn 84 laps there on Black Lane. 72.8 on average, though. It's looking like Jackson Daugherty's possibly going to take home a 2nd position here unless something else changes with Zach and the guys down low there and Nathaniel Burden and stuff. But we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, still a lot of racing left to go, but Jackson Daugherty turning some of those 60s and 70s rolling, even high 70s there. But it looks like 80s is going to be what it's going to take to get that 2nd position here. So Jackson's going to have to increase a little bit speed-wise to be able to mix and match it up a little bit. Glenn Burden there, 56 on average, able to turn 2 heats with 80s, but 78 there on blue. So he's really ripping there, and he's got 1 more heat left to go, currently in 2nd position here. Briney there, 62.5. He's still setting out. Head over to the strike system here, clear this out. Head over to the oval. You can see a few of the guys cooling their motors off on the air conditioner here at Lanes Raceway. And we'll be right back with you just here shortly.
The race starts in 1 minute. The race starts in 40 seconds.
Hang on for the ride, boys, is all I know to tell you.
The race starts in 20 seconds.
All right, folks, 5 seconds before we go back green racing. What a race it's been so far. We've had some ups, we've had some downs. Randy Kirtley solidly hanging on to 1st place. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go, 157. Gunnar Bender down on Black Lane. Randy Kirtley going to be coming out after this heat. They're on White Lane, 541 total laps. Jackson already there currently in 2nd, 376. And Jay Latham, he's about 70 laps down from Jackson after set out a few times. So we get a rider here up on Red Lane. See Jay Latham's car coming out there. Going to take the 1st strike there on Orange Lane. But it's always a pretty eventful little race here. I think later on we're going to see a lot more cleaner racing in the mini truck series for our main event tonight around about 7 o'clock. Coming up next, though, is the brutality we call Group 12X on the orange. And they are super fast, but super smooth. And they handle like a dream, so we'll see how they go coming up next. 1 minute and 16 seconds left to go in the heat, and you got another wreck. That's going to be Nathaniel and Gunnar going to take a strike. Hard hit to the high outside yet again. It's going to be Scott Daniel and I believe Zach.
Get ready.
Oh, Zach narrowly misses a wreck as Scott's car comes to the high outside there, taking out a few of them along the way. Scott Daniel going to take his second strike there. See a strike there on white and purple. Purple there, Scott, and green. So white and green also going to get a strike here. Now, a little overzealous there on the white strike. Right now, as it stands, one strike red, one strike white, one strike green, one strike orange, one strike blue, two strikes purple, one strike black. No strikes yellow. As we see yellow with a nice move there, letting off as we see 2 or 3 cars getting in contact there on the backstretch. So we're going to see Scott Daniel there take his third strike there on purple. He's going to be setting out the remainder of the heat. And second strike there for Gunnar Vender. Yeah, 3 on purple. From that wreck, it looks like Jackson's bobby pins in his car came off again, so they're going to try to get them fixed here. Maybe put some tape on it. But his car wasn't out of the lane. Well, I guess he did come out, so he will take a strike in there on yellow, his first. It'll end up in somebody's motor. Here we go, 4 red lights dropping out to a green. Everybody has strikes right now. 2 strikes on black, everybody else 1 strike. 37 seconds left to go in the heat. We're over halfway now. He's caught to the high outside and a big wreck on the backstretch. A hard hit coming off. Zach coming off red lane there in Dead Man's Corner, slamming into Randy Kirtley. Randy Kirtley going to take his second. Zach going to take his second. Bobby pins are flying, ain't they, Bobby? Everybody's losing their bobby pins today. A lot harder wrecks this race weekend than it was the previous race weekend. Nonetheless, we're making pretty good time to be whenever we started the second.
Yellow flag.
We get a yellow flag and another car coming to the high outside. And that's going to be a strike on orange. Second strike for Jay Latham, your current third position. Another hard hit here, and that is going to be a strike for orange, their third strike. That's 3 strikes for orange.
Get ready.
Seconds left to go in this heat. 8 of 13. And a red flag rotation. We'll take a look over at the track mate. Randy Kirtley currently in the lead, 75.4. Right there behind him, nipping at his toes, though. Jackson Daugherty, 73.2 on average. Lynn Burden there in third position, 56 on average. Still hanging on to that third place. Briney in fourth, 62.5 on average laps. Jay Latham in fifth, 51.1. Gunner in sixth, 67.6. Robert LaFoon, 69.2 on average. Gerald Whitaker, 52.2 on average. Nathaniel Burden, 71 on average. We'll see him climbing. Scott Daniel, 50.2 on average. Zach, 65.7 on average. We'll see him climb too. 63.7. Brian Vender on average. We'll see him also climb. And Cole, 54.7 on average. Let's take a look over here at the strikes. We'll go ahead and clear them out for the next heat. The magnet is out as Glenn is going through, drying off the track from all that blood. He's going to go and try to also maybe scoop up a couple bobby pins if he can from all the bodies getting busted up here at Lanes Raceway. I told him earlier, I said, well, we'll find it in somebody's motor later on. Minute and 44 seconds left to go. We'll be right back with you.
The race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds. Get ready.
4 red lights are about to green, and they're already off to a quick start, and a yellow flag to ensue. choice.
Count that on me.
Well, this won't count it.
Me and him was going my car. I am so that's why they count it on me.
Ready.
Jay was helping another person with their car. He didn't even have his stuff hooked up. He got lost track of time. So we're not going to count that one. But we are counting this one. Who is that? Red. Going to take a strike. That's Cole.
Get ready.
Here we go. Full red lights are dropped out, and we're rolling again. Jackson Darty, your current leader now, at least for this heat and possibly one more. Jay Latham there in second place. And on the white lane coming out after this one, running pretty 6.80. Best lap. Get a yellow flag. It looks like we got two cars involved in this incident. Brian Vender and Jay Latham.
Get ready.
Ooh, hard hit to the high outside. Purple car goes flying in the high banks. That's Nathaniel Burton. Take a strike there. Cole there, he's running the Wonder Bread car on red lane as he comes back in for this heat. Zach there, pretty impressive so far with his car there on green lane, turning 210 laps so far there on green lane, 1.688. Best lap time to be high side there, pretty tight time. Scott Daniel down low, 1.529, the best so far.
Yellow flag.
Two cars going to the high outside there, possibly collecting red lane. Still right now, but we'll see. Those cars get put down. So white lane going to receive a strike here. And red. So both white and red with two strikes here. It's Jay Latham and Cole. And a hard hit right out of the gate. And that's going to be a strike for red, their third. 3 strikes for red. Better look next heat possibly for Cole. We got 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. And a dive bomb down low off yellow lane. Gunnar Bender makes a nice clean pass on blue of Brian Bender. Halfway through this heat, Scott Daniel coming up in the back. He leads the way. Jackson Darty right now, 42 total laps ran there on orange lane. The best lap of 1.648. Pretty good. We got 2 cars to the high outside here. One on white lane going to take a strike. That's 3 for white. And that's 1 for black. 3.
Get ready.
So right now, Cole and Jay both sitting out for the remainder of the heat. Jay having some rough time this week. And a hard hit, a real hard hit. I don't even know where that one was. I just heard it through my microphone. As his pin comes flying out, that's going to be on orange lane. Your current leader here. Seems like everybody's having trouble getting the bobby pins back on the bodies. It's about time to tape them, possibly. Watch some of these pro stock racers here. SS5X racing or something, side-by-side racing. Man, there's some dirty drivers, to be honest. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. And we got a hard hit to the high outside yet again. 2 cars involved this time. It's going to be a strike for black, their second. Green lane, that's their first strike. Let's go in a heat, and already we got 2 more into the high outside. And that is going to be a strike on blue, their second, and a strike on black, they're out. That's 3 strikes on black. So this heat's been pretty brutal for 3 individuals. Jay Latham, Cole, and Scott, all 3. "27 seconds left to go in the heat." And that is a red flag of rotation. So take a look here at the track mate. Randy Kirtley finished his race, 603 total laps, 75.4 on average. Jackson Daugherty, right now, him and Nathaniel Burden are the closest to being able to mess around with Randy Kirtley. Jackson Daugherty, 72.9 on average so far, 510 total laps, 1 more heat left to go. Gunnar Vender in 3rd position, 68.7. He's got a chance to increase that average this next heat, but he's really going to have to push it. Jay Latham, 49.8, having a rough weekend. Glenn Burden, 56 on average, having a rough weekend, but he's still got 1 more to go also. And Bronny, middle of the pack, baby, not doing too bad. He's got 2 more heats, 62.5 on average. Nathaniel Burden, like I said, 72.2. He's going to be climbing. Robert also, he's got several heats left to go. He's going to be climbing 69.2. 67 for Zach, as he's got 4 more heats, and those are the down lows. So we're going to definitely see him climb. Brian also, he's got 3 down lows left to go with 65.5. We're going to see him climb up. Gerald, he's got some middle runs with 50. So we'll probably see him about the same. Minute and 40 seconds left to go before we go back green racing. Let's go ahead and clear these strikes, get ready, and we'll be right back with you.
The race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds. Get ready.
All right, here we go. 4 red lights dropping out to a green. We're coming into the final bits of this beautiful Fairview IT race. 10 of 13. We're looking at this could possibly be the main event next week. I don't know. We might get more than 13 people in the truck series, but if we don't, this will be main event next week. Right now, Jackson Darty in the lead coming into his final heat, 518 total laps. He's going to be probably within 15 or 20 laps to Randy Kirtley, our current leader right now. Gunnar Bender got this one and one more to go, and he's at 420. You're looking to be about 70 or so on average laps per heat. So he'll be at 490 by the time the race or the heat ends. Pretty close to it. So we've got a couple of cars off the track currently right now. Jay Latham, honorary pit man for Lanes Raceway. Might have to give him a little something special, being he is the king of Lanes Raceway. So that'll be a strike on yellow. Oh, 2 cars, hard hit up top. Looks to be Cole and Gunner. Randy Kirtley there finishing his race out as he goes to help track marshal. Got more than enough track marshals here today, so it's a blessing for that. The guys were like, well, do we need everybody out here track marshaling? I was like, well, as long as we got it like 2 or 3, we're probably good. Other people can take them a break when they need to. These guys are pretty good about always having somebody out here. So as long as our guys racing don't have to track marshal their car today, we're good to go. As we get another yellow flag here. So it looks like that'll be a strike on green, their second. And a strike on white, their first. A pretty uneventful heat so far. As we get 2 more to the high outside, that's going to be a strike on green and orange. That's 3 for green. 3 for green. Three for green. Green's out for this heat. 2 for orange. Everywhere else pretty much uneventful. Very few people taking strikes this one. Somebody getting in their own groove by now, it looks like. Robert LaFoon currently in 4th position, about 19 laps down from Nathaniel. So we see yellow fixing to take a strike here. That's Scott Daniel, his second. red lights drop out to green. Here we go. As we see 2 cars involved in the incident here. Looks like Jackson Daugherty going to take his second strike. Brian Vender down on purple taking his first.
How many is that to me?
1.
Ready.
1. 4 red lights drop out to green. Here we go. Back racing. Starting to turn into more wrecks here as we progress through the heat. 30 seconds left to go. Quarter of the race left to go as we see Jackson Daugherty wrecked completely out off White Lane. 3 strikes for him. And Robert LaFoon going to take a strike here on the red lane, his first.
Ready.
So Jackson Daugherty's going to end his race with 559 total laps. Respectful, to say the least. Will it be enough to hang on to that second position? Still yet to be questionable here with Gunnar Vender. 1 more heat left to go.
Yellow flag.
And a hard hit to the high outside is going to be Zach taking a strike. His first.
Get ready. Red flag.
All right, and there's a red flag rotation. We head over to the track mate, and we can see that Randy Kirtley still holding the lead, 603 total laps. Jackson Daugherty there in second position, 69.9 on average, 559 total laps to round it all the way up. Suffering a wreck there, 49 laps on white. Might cost him second position as we continue here. Nathaniel Burden there, 73.4, poised to take that second position from him because of a wreck out. We'll see if Nathaniel keeps it on. We're probably going to see him in second position. A lot of 68.8s, a lot of 68.6s and 9s as we go down through here on the average. It's still anybody's ball game for that top 3. We got a lot of racing left to go here. 3 more heats to go, folks. Keep your eyes out on these racers. Let's go to the strikes and clear them out. Clearing out the strikes for the next round. Heading over to the oval. Watch these guys work. We'll be right back with you.
The race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds.
All right, 10 seconds before we go back green race and round robin 11 to 13. Rounding it up here towards the end. Coming up next, we got a GRC hard body race for the Rooks. And simultaneously X12 for double the points in this hot summer series here at Lanes Raceway. Gunnar Vendor right now your leader, 482 total laps. Nathaniel Burton there in second, 373 laps on yellow. Zach there in third position, 355 laps down on purple. And a whole lot of racing left to go. Robert Latoon, 358, as he's going to start going downhill from here. So he's going to start getting more and more laps. It all boils down to this, keeping these cars on. I was just explaining to Jackson in there a while ago, that one set out probably just cost him second position. Red, purple, gonna take strikes here, and orange.
Ready.
Gunnar Bender breaching that 500 total laps. He's going for it, folks. Minute and 18 seconds left to go. Gunnar's first stab at going for a pro series here at Lanes Raceway. Hard hits to the high outside as we see Gunnar coming off. Gunnar on white lane, gonna take a strike. Music brought to you by Epidemic Sound. Here at Lanes Raceway, we use these guys to keep from getting copyright strikes and have a little bit of smooth music in the background. Hope you guys enjoy it. Two guys coming off on this one. Orange going to take a strike. They're second. And looks to be Robert Laffoon on green taking his first strike.
Ready.
Four red lights dropping out to green. Here we go, folks. Very impressed with how these guys have been racing here to be able to run a 13-man race in just a couple hours. Not too bad, especially when we're running 2-minute heats here with 3 minutes off. These guys have been really smooth behind the trigger on the Fairview IT Cup Series. Probably the best Fairview IT Cup Series racers I've seen since we've been doing this since 2.5 years ago. So we're going to see a strike down on black, a strike on white, their second, and a strike on blue, their first.
Ready.
A stalled car down on black is going to get them a strike. Their second. issue with the car. Don't know exactly what's going on here. Like I said, coming up next, Group 12X, we see Jackson sitting there on the track.
Ready.
Before red lights drop out to green. Looks like Brian might just call it a race there. I don't know what's going on there.
Yellow flag.
Got a yellow flag, 2 cars involved in the incident here. One of those is going to be Gerald Whitaker on red, his second, and blue lane, their second.
Ready.
Oh, and a red flag rotation right at the end. So we head over here to the track mate. We can see Randy Kirtley still holding the lead, 603. Jackson still holding second place, 559. Gunnar Bender there in third, 545 as he ends his race. Nathaniel Burden there currently in fourth position with 74.2. We're looking at this guy right here is planning on making a poise for Randy Kirtley, so we'll see what happens there. Only guy in 74 right now is Nathaniel, and he is hungry for that second to first position in the podium. A lot of 68, 69s left, so keep a track of these guys as we head over to the strike system and clear it out. Take you over to the oval, let you watch these guys work. We'll be right back with you.
The race starts in 1 minute. Race starts in 40 seconds. Race starts in 20 seconds. Race starts in 5 seconds.
All right, 5 seconds before we get back running this race. 12 of 13. This one and one more is what's going to signify who's going to bring home the win this weekend here at Lanes Raceway. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Saw the car there at Dead Man's Corner taking a hard hit. Looks like it's going to be Cole taking a strike here. His first. Cole in the Wonder 26. As we get, about 3 or 4 of them involved in the incident. Going to be a strike on Blue for sure. And another strike on Cole, his second. Randy Kirtley taking a look at the Wonder Bread of Cole. Try to get him fixed up there. Looks like his nose might be bent down a smidge. That's going to hurt him handling wise for sure. Now he's going to get his braids flattened out a little bit. This class is brutal on bodies and cars alike. These cars are going quite a bit faster than it's normally ran on such a smaller version of an oval. 4 red lights are dropping out to green. Here we go. And a yellow flag taking place. It's going to be Cole's third one, Nathaniel's first.
Get ready.
Minute 47 seconds left to go in the heat. Still quite a bit of racing left to go. Nathaniel Burton currently your leader, 455 laps. As we see Scott Daniels' car go to the high outside. Briney excited and happy at the same time that he scooped Scott's car and stayed in the lane. So Scott here going to take his first strike there on white lane.
Get ready.
Oh, and a hard hit up to the high outside. That's going to be Gerald Whitaker. Quick on the button, though. Saved Nathaniel Burton's life. Gerald Whitaker going to take his first strike. One thing about Gerald Whitaker, he's known for keeping that car on the track. He's still got his very first NASCAR body here, and it's still in really good condition. Gets involved in incidents, but a lot of the times he stays in. 4 red lights dropping out to green. Here we go. Minute 20 seconds left to go, and Zach is fast down low on black as he's starting to catch quite a few people. Going to definitely increase his average this heat. Nathaniel Burton, of course, 479 laps. We got 2 cars in the middle, and the coast costed one. Several cars, red, blue, and orange. Yeah. Red, blue, and orange taking strikes here. And I'll tell you right now, we're starting to collect quite a few more 2 strikes here. Orange and blue right now on 2 strikes. Green, white, and red on 1 strikes. Yellow, no strikes. Black, no strikes. And Zach's been running a incredible black lane here with his brand new car. Very quick, 1.472. That is up there with Glenn Burton and Randy Kirtley for best lap. So Zach definitely putting on a show there on black lane. And a hard hit. I have no idea where that went. Bronny and Jay are laughing hard. Red and white taking strikes. They're second. Black, white, and red. Got another yellow flag here. Jay reaches down, grabs Scott's car. That's going to be Scott's third. But it was actually Jay racing that car. This whole time I was looking at Scott, and Scott was actually track marshal. They pulled the old switcheroo on me. 23 seconds left to go in this heat. And that is a lane rotation, folks. Heading over to the track mate. Let's take a look here. Jackson still hanging on to that second position, but Nathaniel is close in tow. One more heat left to go, and we're going to see Nathaniel for sure take that second position unless he wrecks out. 73.9. Zach right there on the toes of Nathaniel. 71.1. Of course, Zach there running a pretty impressive race so far for his first time to ever be in this. That's pretty good run in there. Randy Kirtley there, of course, holding down first place substantially. He's going to bring that home for sure. Robert LaFoon, a 483 at 69 on average. We might see him in fourth position possibly. It really depends on how well he does in purple lane here. So got one more heat left to go, folks. Let's clear those strikes one last time. Take you over to the oval, let you watch them race. I'll be right back with you.
All right, guys, let's do a giveaway. The number is 273 135. Jay Lane comes to bring it home. It was a
The race starts in 1 minute.
body jig tool. They're about $35–40. Pretty good giveaway.
Race starts in 40 seconds.
I'll tell you what, you got the long distance. I'll tell you that right there. So far. I don't know how you got between the legs of the orange stripe.
Race starts in 20 seconds.
Yeah, but that was over here, though. This one was over here, wasn't it?
Race starts in 5
It was
seconds.
over here, wasn't it? Right there. Yeah.
Get ready.
All right, 4 red lights dropping out to green. Final heat, folks. The nails are bitten. They're gone. They're to the quick. Nathaniel Burden here, poised to take a second position. Zach waiting there in waiting. He wants Nathaniel to wreck out, but it's going to be tough. So we take our first strike here. That's going to be on Black Lane, taking a strike.
Get ready. Yellow flag.
And a car to the high outside. That is going to be a strike for Gerald Whitaker off blue. Oh, and a brutal hit, and a car spinning all the way down the backstretch there. Hardest hit of the day for sure. Robert LaFoon, of course, here going to take a strike there on purple. Hard hit, hard hit. Yellow also going to take a strike. That's Zach, currently 3rd position. Ooh, and a hard hit down in dead man's corner. That's going to be a strike on red. Strike on blue. They're second. And a strike on white.
Ready. Yellow flag.
Yellow flag, 2 involved in this incident. That's going to be Cole and Robert taking strikes. Robert's second, Cole's second. A minute, almost 30 seconds left to go in this heat, so a lot of racing left to go. We're already seeing 3 2-strikers here. The yellow flag hits 3. That's 3 strikes on black. Gerald getting pushed through there.
Get ready. Yellow flag.
And a car to the high outside there. Going to be Briney taking a strike off green, his first.
Get ready. Yellow flag.
2 cars involved in it on the high side here. And that's going to be white lane and red lane. They're second. So right now we have red, white, blue, purple, and black with 2 strikes, green and yellow 1 strike, and orange with no strikes.
Yellow flag. 1 minute
We
left.
got a yellow flag here. Hang on one sec. I got to see him place it. Purple's 3, and green is 2. Halfway through the heat now, 1 minute left. 2 people setting out, black and purple so far. Nathaniel Burden there in the lead, followed by Zach. Zach turning an impressive 45 laps so far. So we got a flag on the play here. So that's going to be green and red. Red's 3rd, green's 3rd. They're both out. Final heat, very brutal. Seconds left to go. And that's a checkered flag, folks. Let's take a look here at the track mate. Randy Kirtley, 1st place. Nathaniel Burden, 2nd place. And newcomer to the scene, Zachary, 3rd place, 71.5 on average. Kicking Jackson Darty from 2nd in 1 heat all the way down to 4th position. Gunnar Vender, 5th. Robert LaFoon, 6th. Brian, 7th. 8th, Glenn Burden. Scott Daniel, 9th. Gerald Whitaker, 10th. 11th, Jay Latham. Brian Vender, 12th. And Cole, 13th. You got 10th, Gerald. 10th place. And just to let you guys know, if this was a 4 crowns, and this was it, and this was what we're showing, those top 10 people would be in payout range. So if you want to get involved and get into the 4 crowns here at Lanes Raceway, all you have to do to be in the 4 crowns, folks, you got to do one thing. You got to get in one of these seasonal series to declare one of the crowns, and then you just got to race. If you race all 4 of the crowns, you got the best opportunity to win it. If you're not forced to race anything but 1 in the 4 crowns, but you're probably not going to finish in top 10, because usually our guys are top 10 for sure. Right now we're getting a reset on the track, getting ready for some hard body action. 4.5 inch here at Lanes Raceway, and also simultaneously having a Group 12 race for double the points on the orange track. So we can pan over here to the orange track start finish line here. We're going to go to the strikes here, clear those out, get ready for our orange coming up next. But thank you guys for tuning in to the Fairview IT Management Cup Series this week. Our 2nd race so far. We got a lot of racing left to go, 6 more races. Thank you guys for tuning in. God bless you. And I'll see you here just shortly for the Group 12 race coming up next.